Hello everyone, this is Moshe the Electric Israeli and welcome to my channel. Talks about electric car, renewable energy. This is what my channel is all about. So if you're here for the first time, please subscribe to my channel. The topic for today is Saudi Arabia going to go bankrupt. So the first question is, why am I talking about Saudi Arabia going bankrupt in this channel? Obviously, there is a twist that is relevant to my channel, and the twist has to do with renewable energy. So let's talk a little bit about Saudi Arabia as a country. It's a country of 26 million people in the Middle East. Obviously, it has borders, let's say, for example, with Jordan, with Yemen, and of course with all the Gulf states, Iraq as well. And so Saudi Arabia, like most Arab and Muslim countries in the Middle East, has a very centralized economy. Most of the industries are nationalized, and which means they are controlled by the government. Saudi Arabia is a kingdom, is ruled by the Saudi royal dynasty, and basically it goes from father to son to a relative, many princes. That's how it is. Saudi Arabia's most dominant export income is oil. Has been for decades and decades. 67% of Saudi Arabia's economy is based on oil export and extraction and all that, and they have very little agriculture and livestock economy, not too developed, and they have the third biggest army, not in size but the investment in army in the world. It's a very big, and a lot of money by the Saudi government is invested into their military. However, Saudi Arabia's economy is based on the price of the barrel of oil and exporting it to around the world. And as you know, there are so many new technologies of extracting oil and gas in the ocean, fracking centers in Canada and all that. So there's a lot of inventory of oil. In addition, there's a tremendous amount of renewable energy generation of electricity and power throughout the world, and therefore the need for oil to power anything is going lower and lower. For example, the United States, which used to export so much of its oil, and have become the number one producer of oil in the world. And so there's one more important twist to this story, so to speak, and that is the fact that India and China are thinking seriously of switching all their automobile industry into electric and let's say non-fossil fuel cars in the next 10, 15, 20 years. I mean, India, for example, is very ambitious. You're talking about 2025, which is extraordinarily ambitious. So that is going to create fewer and fewer demand, and prices are going to go down. So Saudi Arabia will absolutely go bankrupt if they're not going to take the necessary steps right now. So a few years ago, a young prince by the name of Mohammed ibn Salman became the de facto ruler, since the king is very old, the de facto ruler of Saudi Arabia, and he declared something called Saudi Arabia 2030. And in his vision, Saudi Arabia is going to reduce its dependent on oil. The economy dependent on oil significantly. Going to start unnationalize, open the economy to bid for foreigners, especially in the oil industry. Develop something that they can really benefit in tourism, like Dubai did. You know that Dubai's reliance on oil in their economy is down to 7%. It's a hub for business, tourism, and many other investment and many other ways to make money that is not from oil. They understood that, but Dubai is a very tiny country. So Saudi Arabia is having this plan of opening up the oil industry market, developing more agriculture and tourism, but most importantly creating a huge solar farms to generate electricity, and so that is the most interesting part. Remember, Saudi Arabia, it's a very big country and it's mostly desert, and the sun shines there all the time, all year long. So to think that Saudi Arabia will become a powerful country that produces electricity from renewable energy and sells it to obviously consumes it and sells it to other countries is mind-boggling. There's also a lot of alliances due to political tensions with Iran and other Shia countries, alliances in the Middle East that are public and non-public, that are going on, that can help Saudi Arabia, which basically is sustaining itself, and Egypt economically. So Saudi Arabia will absolutely go bankrupt if it's not going to take the necessary steps economically, and one of them would be the adoption to solar panels, just like, by the way, just like Morocco. Morocco is a Muslim country in northwest Africa, right across from Spain, from the Gibraltar Straits, and Morocco has, I think, the largest solar farm in the world. Unbelievable. Anyway, so it's very interesting that oil producing countries that rely on, used to be the sole economy and give social welfare to all their citizens, are now understanding that peak oil is upon us, and there are many more choices, and renewable energy is one of many solutions. But I think, like I said at the beginning, I think that China and India could be the game changer, because if they will not consume internal combustion engine vehicles and switch to electric cars and other means of transportation, that will force big car companies to switch as well to those producing those kinds of cars. Okay, so that was for today. Hope you enjoyed this topic. It's a little different. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Help me change the world one electric car at a time. And of course, support this awesome channel by becoming a patron or shop at the Electric Israeli store. All the links are below. See you tomorrow, guys.